the proper procedures because of their desire to have a greener pasture. They resort to illegal means because the illegal recruiters are usually convincing them and encouraging them that that is the best way, the fastest way of going abroad, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair? Siguro, ano ba yung conviction rate natin pagdating sa mga illegal recruiters?
Actually, Your Honor, at present there's a pending 300 cases of illegal recruitment, Your Honor. We really have a problem regarding the conviction rate, Your Honor, because very few people wanted to testify against the illegal recruiters. Many of
Pag binalik na yung pera.
Yes, Your Honor, because of desistance, many of the victims already withdraw their cases once it's already filed before the court, Your Honor.
Government naman talaga pero walang testigo. Government talaga pero walang testigo.
Thank you. Pero bina-blacklist nyo naman yung mga recruiter, yung mga recruitment agencies na may pending cases kayo.
Yes, Your Honor. We have a list of canceled agencies, at the same time suspended agencies, and we have also a list of persons with derogatory record who are engaging in illegal recruitment, Your Honor.
So, sir, these were valid and legitimate agencies gone rogue?
Your Honor, we're talking about those non-licensed agencies, Your Honor.
No, sabi mo kina-cancel niyo yung license. So I presume may license dati.
Your Honor, because in the advent of RA 10022, not only non-licensed recruitment agencies can commit illegal recruitment, even licensed recruitment agencies can commit illegal recruitment under RA 10022, Your Honor.
Precisely. So these were previously licensed and approved and accredited who committed illegal recruitment activities.
For some, Your Honor.
And how often is it updated? While the cases are pending, you can delist them?
Your Honor, once a case is docketed, if there's a serious offense, we can issue an order of preventive suspension. By virtue of that order of preventive suspension, the recruitment agency cannot anymore operate until the resolution of the case, Your Honor.
So yung preventive suspension until the resolution of the case?
Yes, Your Honor.
How many recruitment agencies do we have, out of curiosity, in your database?
Your Honor, around 1,200, Your Honor, sea-based and land-based, Your Honor.
Only?
Yes, Your Honor.
So nationwide, only 1,200 agencies can send workers abroad?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside of this 1,200, bawal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Illegal na.
Only licensed agencies can deploy overseas Filipino worker, Your Honor.
Senator Drilon?
Do you review the performance of these agencies on a regular basis? 1,200 agencies. Do you review their performance on a regular basis? Meaning, you know, do they really recruit or do they rent out their licenses? Because 1,200, while the chairman says only, I find this a little... No. Many.
Malami na yan?
Sa akin, ha? No, these are conclusions. That is why I am asking, you know, if you have 1,200, during my time, I reduced this to 300. When I came in the Department of Labor, and these ladies are with me, the secretary was with me, I reduced the licenses to about 300. It was about 900 at the time.
Senator Nancy is asking what decade daw ho kayo nag-DOLE secretary?
That was before the war. Sige. Okay, yes.
Your Honor,
My question is, do you conduct a regular review of the performance of these agencies, of these licenses?
yes, Your Honor. On the part of the POA, we conduct inspection of those recruitment agencies. At the same time, we have also an award system where we're requiring them to submit their accomplishment and their performance. Regarding to those recruitment agencies or the granting of license to recruitment agencies, Your Honor, we still have the policy of difficult to enter and easy to operate policy. So we're scrutinizing those applicants who are applying for a license, Your Honor.
I'm talking in the SEC. The corporations are required to submit annual reports.
Yes, sir.
General information sheet, financial statements, etc., so that the failure to comply with this reporting requirement is a ground for cancellation of the articles of incorporation. And the purpose of this is to make sure that these are corporations which are active, and they use the corporate entity for the purpose for which they were formed. Now, may I ask, do you require an annual submission of documents to prove that this is an ongoing concern?
Yes, Your Honor. They're required to submit reports
Annually, regularly?
annually, Your Honor.
What kind of reports are these?
Regarding their operations, Your Honor. At the same time, regarding their compliance with the requirements under the POA rules and regulations, Your Honor.
Example, let's say, pick up what are the requirements that you require them to, what are the documents that you require them to submit? The reason I'm asking this is, you say, even licensed agencies can be illegal recruiters, and isn't it logical that you catch these illegal recruiters before they actually recruit, even if they have a license? So that if their financial statements show they've been losing money, isn't that something to look into?
Yes, Your Honor, that is part of their the requirements that they must maintain their capital. At the same time, they must maintain the escrow deposit, Your Honor, as a requirement for the renewal of license, Your Honor.
Is the license renewed annually?
Your Honor, the renewal of license is every 4 years, Your Honor.
Every 4 years.
Yes, Your Honor.
Was there any occasion when you canceled a license for non-compliance with the reporting requirements, or you canceled the license or suspend the license only when there are actual cases filed?
Your Honor, usually the grounds for cancellation of licenses fall on those serious offenses committed by the recruitment agency. But with regard to those repertorial cases or compliance, there's also an imposable penalty. On the first offense, there will be reprimand. Then on the fourth offense, there will also be a cancellation of license, Your Honor.
Again, can you repeat that?
With regard to the repertorial
Yes.
compliance, Your Honor, on the first offense, the imposable penalty is reprimand. Then on the fourth offense, the imposable penalty is cancellation of license, Your Honor.
So have you ever imposed a cancellation of a license for non-compliance with the reportorial requirements?
Based on our records, Your Honor, we haven't canceled,
Wala.
Your Honor.
So none.
None, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all right. I just wanted to put that on record. Now, Administrator Calzado, with the permission of the...
Please, you may proceed, sir.
How much is the total assets of OWA?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Total assets as of 2013, Your Honor, amounted to 17,232,789 pesos.
17 billion.
Total assets, yes.
Total
Your
assets, all right. Do you have a financial report?
We have the highlights, Your Honor. We can submit.
Can you give us a copy of your financial report? I would like to see.
Yes, Your Honor.
The 17 billion in assets, has this grown over the years? Let's say over the past 3 years, or 4 or 5 years. How did it look? Has it been increasing? Has it been going down?
It has generally been on the increase, Your Honor, from 2009 to 2013. But in the last previous 2 years, 2012 to 2013, it registered an 8.35% increase, Your Honor.
Increase.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the increase is basically because of increase in contribution? Is that how, or not increase in the valuation of the assets?
I will have to check, Your Honor, but these are assets.
I know.
If we look at the income,
Increase in cash or increase in value of the assets, of the fixed assets?
this would refer to increase in value of the assets, Your Honor. I'll have to check on that
Alright.
because what we see here as membership contributions and income from investments would be reflected as part of the total income earned, Your Honor.
How much would an employer pay today for a worker hired? How much does she pay to OWA?
Your Honor, it's still $25 US, Your Honor, per contract.
$25
Yes,
from
Your
the
Honor.
employer?
From
Or
the employer, Your Honor.
And the employee, wala.
From the employee, none, Your Honor, but
So 25 is the membership fee in OWA.
yes, Your Honor.
And this is on an annual basis?
This is on a per contract basis, Your Honor.
Per contract
Yes,
basis.
Your
So you only charge, if the contract is 1 year, it's 25. If it's 2 years, it's 25. Usually the contract is for how long? Generally.
In the Middle East in particular, Your Honor, where we register the most number of members, it's generally for 2 years, Your Honor.
For 2 years, generally for 2 years. All right. Your assets, you said, of 17 billion. What is cash and what is fixed assets?
Could I have a second,
Please,
Your Honor,
yes,
to check?
yes.
I just have here the summary report, Your Honor.
So June 2014, bank balances 367 million, investment is 16.4,
Ano yun?
367 million.
Ang
Cash.
bank.
Bank balances mainly cash.
Okay. Here's the breakdown, Your Honor. Of the 16.7 we reported, 360
What?
of the 16.7 million in total assets we reported earlier, Your Honor. This is the breakdown. Investments is 16.4, while bank balances is 367 million pesos, Your Honor.
So investment is 16.4.
Yes, Your Honor. Would you want the exact figure, Your Honor? It's
Just rough, let's say 16.5, just for easy reference. So
Yes, sir.
16.5 would be in short-term and long-term investments.
investments, Your Honor.
Yeah. In what are these? Are these treasury shares? What are these?
Well, these are mainly all government
Sorry?
securities, Your Honor.
Government securities.
Yes, Your Honor.
And which bank do you utilize?
There are two banks, Your Honor, Land Bank of the Philippines and DVP.
DBP.
Yes, Your Honor.
DBP. Up to now.
We have the break. He was showing me the breakdown, Your Honor. What's in Land Bank and what's in DVP.
But only in Land Bank and DBP.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nowhere else.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the income of this investment would be how much on the average?
For 2013, Your Honor, income from investments amounted to 1.004 million.
See, 1.004
4 million.
billion. What? Million? Masyado nung mababa yan.
Sorry, Your Honor. It's 1.004 billion, Your Honor.
1.004 billion
Yes,
is
Your
the
Honor.
income. So what is the average yield here on a straight computation?
3 to 4%, Your Honor.
How much?
About 3 to 4%.
50?
The interest, okay, on average, Your
On
Honor, for
average,
the
you said your income from this investment is, let's say, 1 billion. How much is that? What is your return, in other words?
yeah, that is how much percent? Interest earned?
Between 4%.
Sorry, Your Honor. Okay, on average, okay, the amount on average from 2009 to 2013, income from investments is about 780 million, Your Honor. In terms of return on
For,
interest,
for 4 years?
because nag-negative ho in previous years.
Nag-negative on previous years.
Ano yung interest? We're checking the interest rates, Your Honor, please.
Okay, so can you submit to us these financial statements, because you don't seem prepared to answer these questions.
Yes.
You're administering a trust fund, and therefore the yield, whether or not as trustees you're performing your duties in accordance with the standards of a diligent administrator, would be judged among others by the kind of yield that your assets would be making, because you cannot just rely on contributions. You have to have viable earnings.
We will do that, Your Honor, and submit
So-
a detailed report.
So right now you cannot tell us. Let's say in 2000, what's your last audited financial statement? 2013, I assume.
2013, Your Honor.
All right. On the basis of your financial performance in 2013, what is, mayroon nakalagay dyan hindi ba? Interest income or income from investments or whatever?
Ang tanong niya yung interest return.
3 and 4% return on investment.
The income from investments in 2013, Your Honor, is 1,004,573 and
Yeah.
363.
Oh, yan sinasabi mo nga kanina. So,
Opo.
okay. Kung, that's what my chairman is saying, that it's roughly, 7%?
3 to 4%.
Huh?
I'm
1 over 16. 1.004 over 16.7. 6.2%. Is that you confirm that?
if it's on that for that particular year, Your Honor, but as I earlier said, for instance, for the period 2009 and to 2010, bumaba ho. So on
Ang return nyo?
Opo. So on and also for the figure for the years 2011, sorry, for the 2010 to 2011, and on average, if from 2009 and 2013, that would, but we will give you the,
All right.
it's
What
about
is
3
your
to
budget?
4%.
What is your annual budget? What is your
For-
annual budget? Your annual budget, your expense budget.
For 2014,
2013, let's say.
13,
What was your actual expenditure?
I have your 2014, Your Honor.
2014, it cannot be
Opo,
because
opo.
di
Yeah,
pa
yes,
tapos eh.
yes.
You're saying that your yield
2013.
was 1.1 billion 4 million. Huh? That's your income. What is your expense?
The budget, Your Honor, for 2013 is 1.6.
2014.
2013. 2013.
1.5.
Correction, Your Honor, for 2013, it's 1.5 billion pesos, Your Honor.
Now, therefore, you are dipping in your capital. Your interest, your yield on your investments is 1 billion 4 million. On the basis of an asset of how much?
16.
No, that's their cash.
asset-
They have. What's your
17.
total asset?
For 2013, it's 17 billion, Your Honor, assets.
17 billion is your asset.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a yield of 1 billion 4 million. I'm just talking about in general. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's your
From
income.
investment, yes, Your Honor. Plus membership contributions, which is
No,
not
no,
yet-
you don't count that as income. Membership contribution is not income.
Ganon.
That goes into your capital. I'm not an accountant, but just simple accounting. All right, now, I'm asking you now, what is your operating budget? Your operating budget for 2013, how much is your actual expense? You're telling us 1.5 billion. this means that you are dipping into your capital to the extent of 500 million a year. Is that correct? Baka maubos ang pera nyo kung tama yung sinasabi ninyo.
Yes, Your Honor. That's correct. Is that because maybe of the repatriation? And I'm informed, Your Honor, that it was also due mainly to the repatriation expenses that have been occurring, plus yung programs,
Isn't this a
plus the
cost?
social benefits, Your Honor.
Isn't this something that you must look at and try to correct? Either you limit your expenses or you have a higher yield. Huh?
Yes, Your Honor.
Otherwise, at the rate you're going, aba, mauubos yung capital mo.
Opo. Yes, Your Honor, we will.
Malaki to, ha? 500 million a year. Where did you get the 500, okay, your income is only 1 billion. Your expense is 1.5 billion. Saan, ha? Saan nanggaling yung 500 million? Saan mo kinuha yung source, anong source of expense mo?
From the contributions, I'm informed, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, but
Part of it from the contributions, which amounted to, for the year 2013, 1.78 billion, Your Honor.
I am no financial guy, but is that a correct way of doing things, Mr. Chairman? That, hindi ba, dapat ang contribution forms part of the corpus because, you know, that's a fund from where you operate. Huh? Can you give us, is this how you do it since time immemorial? Mas malaki palagi ang expense nyo kaysa interest income earned.
Income, so lumalaki talaga mas nakuha natin contribution.
Your Honor, if maybe well, this is my,
What is the
sir, this is Director Abet who has, of our plans and programs, sir, Your Honor.
Why don't you let him answer? now?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Sir,
It's
can
been
you...
my second month.
Can you please situate yourself in the panel? Pakibigyan ng sila na lang, please. Salamat.
Magandang hapon po.
Kahit yung plastic na lang para magkasya. Ayun, meron.
Oh, sige.
Yes, sir. So, there was a time, sir, that the policy was for OWA just to rely on the investment income for the previous year, for its budget for the following year. But then as the organization grew, there were a lot of requirements that we had to address, the increasing number of clients, for example. And sometimes we have to also be involved in the repatriation of people in conflict areas. That's the reason why po, we do not only...
The expense for repatriation would be would not include those who are undocumented, hindi ba? Yung undocumented, mayroong assistance to national budget na nilagay tayo sa DFA.
That's
Hindi
right.
naman nagagaling sa OWA yan eh.
Opo, that's
And
right,
many
sir.
of these repatriated workers, if they are undocumented, hindi manggagaling sa OWA yan.
Yeah,
Tama
that's
ba
right.
hindi?
Yes, sir. The point there is, for example, in the big emergency in Libya in 2011, we had to participate, and we spent about 300 million. Aside, well, that again also takes into consideration yung pong
If I-
exposure po ng DFA.
If I may, Senator John, kayo ba nagbabayad ng eroplano at barko na hinahire ng DFA? Sina-charge ba sa inyo o hindi?
Sir, if you're referring to the most recent one,
Yes.
the ship was chartered by DFA.
So
The
it's
ship-
not charged to OWA?
But the plane, however, Your Honor, because there were 2 chartered flights in advance po ng OWA.
Term, Mr. Chairman, is in advance ng OWA, meaning OWA will be reimbursed because these are not registered overseas Filipino workers.
If I might
Yes.
clarify, Your Honor, With regard to the undocumented who were part of the repatriated group, this will be charged against the DOLE Emergency Repatriation Fund. We have a MOA with a DOLE. Per the rules, with regard to those that were agency hired, the OWA will request for reimbursement from the agency hired
That
workers,
is
Your
why
Honor.
it's not totally accurate for you to say that lumaki ang expense nyo because of the repatriation. Because it turns out from your own testimony that insofar as the undocumented repatriated workers are concerned, charge mo yan sa DFA or sa DOLE. Kung pagdating naman doon sa documented, na charge yung kinukolekt nyo sa recruiter. Of course, you cannot collect everything, but now, for 2014, what is your expected income? And what is your budget?
For 2014, Your Honor, the approved budget is 1.6 billion, Your Honor.
1.6 billion. And what is your expected income? Oh, of course, from
Meron
2013.
tayong June,
I am not
January to
including,
June.
do not consider as income
Yes, sir.
your collection of $25. That is not income.
For 2014. Expected from investment.
Is this 855? Director Abet, please.
Your Honor, our target income from investments for 2014 is 855.9 million, sir.
No. For 13. Because Senator Dillon was asking for your budget in 2014 and you responded 1.6 billion and you're supposed to get it from your income from 2013. Right? Not from 2014.
That's right, sir. So for 2013 po, our investment income is 1.004 billion. That's for 2013, sir.
Okay, so 2013, 1.00. And therefore, you have a negative a parenthesis of 600 million. Huh?
Yes, sir, if we rely on investment income alone.
Okay. Why? Where else will you rely?
Sir, the policy now is if the investment income is not sufficient for the operating budget, we also get some of the requirement from contributions.
From the capital.
From the capital, yes, sir.
Oh, yan ang dapat naman tingnan ng gusto. All right. For 2014, what is your expected income?
Sir, for 2014, expected income for the entire year is 855 million. That's
So half of your expenses will be taken from your principal fund. Ganun ba yun?
that's right, Your Honor.
Is that a correct policy, Madam Secretary?
Well, my own understanding, Mr. Honorable Senate President, as early as the time of Secretary Santo Tomas, we come out with a policy that we should be able to limit the operating expenses of OWA to the investment income and not touch on the membership. If my recollection is correct, during that entire period, we never reached to that point. And since then, if the figures they are reporting are correct, but I want to see it also for myself, Your Honors,
This is a
so that we can initiate the necessary
Yes.
policy correction po.
we should be conscious of this. Otherwise, you'll have a depleted fund. At the rate you're going, 800 million this year. Last year, 500 million. At the rate you're going, baka maubos yung pundo nyo.
Kasi
Ah.
I could not also imagine if in 2013 we already realized 1.004 billion in investment income. We are now projecting for this year less
800.
than. So hindi po,
Oh.
I'm not sure of the figures, yes, Your Honor. But we should be able to submit
Can
the
you
correct
submit to
figures.
the committee a more complete report? I want a complete report on the situation in OWA. What detailing, what is I'd like to see your audited financial statements. You're audited by COA, right? By Commission on Audit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we don't have copies of your of the COA audit, but can you submit a complete report on this? Because these are trust funds. Huh? These are not. These are not. These are overseas welfare fund. That is why you even protect the fund against claims of non-members.
Yes.
You protect the funds against claims of non-members so that repatriation of non-members are charged either against the DOLE or against the against DOLE or the DFA.
Sir, just to be able to assure you, even the President in his 22-point agenda on labor and employment is specified that there should be a special audit of OWA funds. And we have asked the COA to designate a special team to do this. Up to now, wala pong report. We also want that. Ang reason ho is wala silang mga tao, walang personnel ho ngayon. But I reminded ho the new administrator that this has to be done already.
We will make representations with COA along those lines, Mr. Senate President. But may I ask Secretary Baldos, ano hong solusyon if you disagree with that practice without taking it against Administrator Calzado because she was newly appointed? What's the solution?
Then we will review ho the budget items and find out kung saan pong area na pwede pong...
Do you have that authority?
Usually it's the board po who approve the budget. The OWA would present the proposal just like what we are doing in this committee. And then it's the board of trustees of OWA that finally...
Then you're a part of it?
Yes, I chair the board.
So you knew that they're spending more than what they're earning by way of their investments?
That is not... I have to be very sure, but this is
Give
the
us a
first
report,
time.
ma'am.
Yes.
Give us a report, ma'am, as requested by Senator Dillon. Subject to the submissions requested by Senate President Drilon as well as Senator Nancy Bina and by the chair. Chair would now be in a position to entertain a motion, there being no other senator who manifested their intention to make any interventions. May I request the Senate President to do us the honors of making the motion of approving the budget of DOLE as well as its attached agencies.
As a former Secretary of Labor, Mr. Chairman.
What decade has?
Huh?
Decades ago.
Decades ago. It is my honor and pleasure to move that the budget of the Department of Labor be submitted.
Attached agencies.
I'm sorry?
Attached agencies.
The Department of Labor and the attached agencies be submitted for final consideration and approval by the committee and that it be reported to the plenary.
So moved. There be no objections. Same is hereby approved. The proposed budget for 2015 of DOLE as well as its attached agencies are hereby approved in committee and submitted to plenary for deliberations.
Mr. Chair,
So ordered. Yes,
thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Akala ko may sabihin pa kay ma'am. So ordered. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalo at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Hearing is suspended.